Another area of 2C is basically the TSA comes out and tells us that they could ask for any of the following pieces of information about your cybersecurity infrastructure, right? And it could be everything from hardware inventory, software inventory, what your SCADA system is, what OEM vendors are you using. It could be your firewall rules. Now, that's a lot of very sensitive information, so keep in mind whatever the TSA is asking for, provided of course, make sure transfers are done securely, make sure you provide what they ask for, no more and no less than what they're asking for, and everything should be fine. And you can read the rest of the list here. It could be diagrams, could be your VLAN setup, it could be, show us especially any network diagram for the segments that you're directly connected to the internet for, which, yeah, okay, that's reasonable. And maybe policies and procedure documentation as well.
Yeah, I would just like to say that, while this is O2 Charlie and has been a discussion for some time, I can tell you that this is very important but critical data that many asset owners, and rightfully so, do not feel comfortable with, because this is literally the blueprints and the keys to the castle. I mean, we don't even provide this information internally to other departments and groups, maybe even in engineering, regarding how we have SCADA set up. And so, as Greg was saying, provide the minimum, but maybe even sanitize or anonymize some of the information. If they want rules, give them rules, but you don't have to give them the firmware, the model number, the shared keys of the firewall. Just be very specific, provide them what's needed. And remember when I said that, they've lifted the SSI designation for the secret and sensitive information, but when you provide any information to TSA, it must be marked with SSI. It's got to have the top sheet, the cover, and it's got to go through encrypted means to get it over to TSA. And so, yeah, these are proving compliance, but also it is working with your inspectors. They're going to be trained. They're going to be trained up to be able to look for things. Just try to give it what they need, but be very careful. We do know that even the government has problems. If you look at SolarWinds, if you look at the OMB, the Office of Management and Budget, they've been hacked before as well. So where does this information reside? Where will it be shared? How will it be controlled? I don't have the answers for that, but I can tell you that this is something we have to be very careful of, period.
Agreed. Now, and this is the project in and of itself, going out and collecting all of this information. This is really where an automated asset management system can come in and basically do this work for you. So it's very simple to just publish a report basically to document all of this, and then you can just hand them the anonymized data results without taking up too much of everyone's time.
Absolutely, Greg, and that is a good point, is trying to provide all the information that's bulleted out, but doing so with still protecting your systems, and just showing proof that you are monitoring firewall rules, you are doing the asset inventory, and all the different things alike.
Right. The bottom section here, there's basically some data they could ask for as well, including logs, including PCAPs, although they do give you the limit or the ceiling of they won't ask for more than 24 hours worth of PCAP, which is good. That would be a fair amount of traffic to have to store somewhere, etc. So, the good news is, with the proper asset management system, providing this information is not overly burdensome if you have an asset management system in place already. If you don't have one, that could be a bit of a challenge to collate this and anonymize it and then provide the information to the TSA.
Yeah, just some points there. The 24-hour PCAP, I guess they're assuming people are going to be doing nightly backups. I've seen that. I've seen weekly backups. I've seen bi-monthly. And so if they want 24 hours, you can provide them a 24-hour PCAP sample. But as Greg was saying, anonymize that.
Yeah, the way I read it was they would come to you and say, capture the neck, give us 2 hours. And I'm pulling out timings out of the thin air here, but I'd like the TSA auditor wants 2 hours worth of PCAP on network segment, your 3.5 layer in the Purdue model, and securely transfer it to us by these mechanisms. I don't think they expect you to have a running block of PCAP always being run.
That would be hardware and
Yeah.
storage intensive,
Yes.
network intensive, and again, 24 hours may not be all encompassing. You may not have remote access or third party support coming in within those 24 hours. It could be further in the week, but okay.
It's challenging also, right? With older switches, being able to capture the PCAP is going to be a whole other issue.